What is going on, guys? Welcome to 100% Chelsea for your Chelsea versus Liverpool match preview. Yes, I am back. I will be back for fan camps tomorrow as well. I have literally just started life at uni, so I'm just settling into the pattern there, getting into that. It's something which has been very fun for me to begin with, and thank you to Laurenz, obviously, for stepping into my shoes for the past week or so, obviously doing a tremendous review of the Swansea game. I watched a little bit of that. Obviously, I was unpacking and stuff, so I couldn't have seen it all. But it's been good. I thought, in my opinion, just to quickly say what I think about that game, I thought that positively, and I don't really sound positive normally, I think that it's a kick up the backside. It's what they need for the game tomorrow. We're going in up against a team which, I guess, like Cheek Sport Akeem said when he came to the West Ham game and spoke to us, he said, Conte is Chelsea's Klopp. And they're both very similar in style. They're both like high pressing. They like a lot of energy. And, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But obviously, like I've said, I am joined by Laurenz. How you doing, mate? You all right? And,
yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good, mate.
You good?
Glad to have you back. Yeah, no, I really can't wait for the game tomorrow. Really buzzing.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be something. It's definitely going to be, like I said, it's definitely going to be something we go into, and it is going to be a tough game. I think it's probably our toughest one yet. For
sure, yeah. Well, before the start of the season, of course, we didn't know how good West Ham were going to be, but as we've seen now, they haven't really, kicked off like they did last season. So they weren't really as much of a tough opponent as maybe we thought they would be. Yeah. So Liverpool is definitely our toughest challenge so far.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think if you look at the team as well, Liverpool are a very, very solid team. They're very well. I think their weakest point, I would say, is their left back position. I think obviously Alberto Moreno's been starting there. They've been playing. Bloody, what's going on here? They've been playing players like James Milner in that left back slot, and he's clearly a player which. I like him a lot. He's one of those players who can do a job wherever he is. But I don't think he's a good left back. And against Willian, I think that's going to be their weak point. But going forward, they are, they're a very, very fearsome team. They're definitely something that we've got to keep an eye on. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Especially going forward, they're an incredible team. You saw it against Arsenal. You saw it against Leicester again. So we're definitely going to have to be very solid at the back. Because if we're not, something similar could happen to us, especially with John Terry being out injured. But as you said, defensively they aren't that great. They conceded 3 very easy goals against Arsenal. Arsenal almost got back into the game, and that from 4-1 down. So I definitely do see a chance of how we can beat them. It's definitely not like we're like complete underdogs and stuff. Main thing is just. We need to be compact, but I don't really want us to park the bus properly. You know what I mean? If we just sit back and don't properly hit them on the counter, because that's not what we've been doing so far this season. So I think it's just be solid at the back and then just play our game. Try not to react to Liverpool too much. We want to be the dominant side. We don't want to be the team that just reacts to our opponent. We want to, make them react to us, if you know what I mean. So play our game, use our strength, use our players like Hazard, Willian, Oscar, maybe Fabregas starts, even though I highly doubt it. Use those long balls that David Luiz can play. Use them and just put our game into their faces.
Well, speaking of David Luiz, Conte has already stated that David Luiz will be starting against Liverpool in John Terry's position. So if we just from there, rolling into that, obviously, like I said, we've said at transfer deadline day, he's a great player, but going forward, I'm not 100% certain. Going forward, he's fantastic. Let me reword that, sorry. As a defender, I don't think, he's still liable for the odd mistake or two. He does go forward. He does get drawn in. And the thing for me there is that's what worries me the most. Those long balls he can play, he's fantastic at them, but that's what worries me. But obviously, moving away from David Luiz, going straight into starting 11 predictions. Laurenz, what would you like to see us play against Liverpool? How would you like to see us play?
Well, I don't really want to get into too much how I want to play, because that's too complicated right now. So I think we're not going to change too much. I just think David Luiz is going to come in instead of John Terry, and the rest is going to stay the same. I don't think Fabregas will get into the team right now because Oscar's been doing fairly well. So even though I would prefer Fabregas, I think Oscar hasn't given Conte anything. He hasn't shown him anything to drop him. And that's how managers usually work. If you play someone and he's doing well, he's not getting out the team, because why would he? And also, I wouldn't bring Marcos Alonso in this game. It's just too big of a game. And also, Ivanovic has actually been all right so far. So I can't even blame him. Even against Swansea, like he was better than Cahill and John Terry. So
well, the thing,
nothing happened down his flank.
The thing for me there, though, is that against Swansea, the biggest mistake that was made was when we played a high line. They switched off, and obviously we don't have pace at the back. And they're going to play a high line. It will happen. They will go forward. We are going to concede. There's no doubt in it. But that's what worries me most. I don't think Ivanovic as a right back in this game is good. When you've got the players at the likes of Mane, you've got Roberto Firmino, you've got Coutinho, you've got players with a hell of a lot of pace that are going to be running at him, and he will get caught if we go play a high line. They all will. David Luiz can't exactly cover for him. It's if you're going up against the likes of these players, you're definitely not going to have the result that you want. We all know what the first result is going to be there. Mane versus Ivanovic, who's going to win the running race? It's based stuff like that. For me, I would drop Matic and play Fabregas 100%. Who said that? Terrell Mullings has said that in the comment section. I completely agree with him. I think definitely play Fabregas in this game. I personally would drop Oscar. I don't think Oscar is what we need right now. But then now I'm saying I've dropped Matic. I'd probably put Matic in and play him and Fabregas together. I just think we obviously are going to need defensive stability against Liverpool, because that midfield, there's a video that will be going up very shortly of Chris Pajak from the Redmen TV, obviously discussing how Liverpool will play against us as well on 100% Chelsea. But I think that we just need that defensive stability. And I think if we've got pace with the likes of Dave, with the likes of Marcos Alonso, it's just going to be. I feel it's a lot safer bet. If David Luiz is 100% starting, Gary Cahill might start, or he might move Ivanovic into the middle. That's potentially what I think could be happening. If we utilise that, though, I think that's a pretty decent back four. Marcos Alonso, like you're saying, I guess you can't really throw him in because he hasn't been in the Premier League for a while, but he has played in the Premier League. He does know what the league's like. He knows how physical he is. He can stand up to it, I'm pretty sure, because he's a very physical player himself from what I've seen. And I just think Oscar just doesn't deliver. I don't think he delivers enough. I think when it comes to the important stuff, like having a consistency, like being able to put the balls forward and all that sort of stuff, he just doesn't do it. He doesn't do it regularly, and that's personally why I think we should drop it. And Fabregas, who seems to, whenever he comes on, seems to be having a huge effect, should play. That's my opinion.
I completely agree generally that Fabregas should play ahead of Oscar or ahead of Matic, either of the two, preferably Matic in my opinion, but not this game, because I think against a player like Lallana, who in the last few games each game has run more than 13 kilometers. In a game like that, you need Oscar. You need Oscar to follow Lallana, and also you need Matic to get us that defensive stability alongside Kante. So if it was pretty much anyone else except maybe City, I would completely agree. But I think in this game we kind of need Oscar Matic. You know what I mean? I just feel like to counter their midfield, we need to sort of have a player in Oscar that can run. He's fairly quick. He definitely can run. He can put a tackle in. Of course, as you said, he's not as good as Fabregas in passing the ball. He will never set up a goal like Diego's goal against Watford. Oscar will never set a goal like that up. But he gives us something different in midfield. And if we're down 2-1, say 70 minutes gone, bring Fabregas on and try to get that equaliser, try to win the game. But to start it off with, I would go with Oscar. And I think Alonso probably could cope with it, but I think Conte sort of hinted that Alonso won't start. He said he would be ready to play tomorrow, I think, but he also hinted that he's probably going to play against Leicester to get him his first run in the cup next week. So I just can't see Alonso starting. I do agree with you that Ivanovic is definitely not the perfect right back against a team like Liverpool. But who else do we have? If he's not going to play Alonso, if he's not going to throw him in, the only player we have is Ivanovic. So
it's a long shot. It probably won't happen. But this would be me going just jump. I know I'm jumping the gun here, and it probably won't happen. Ola Aina, I guess, if you really wanted to change it up a bit, potentially.
But not going to lie, I'd rather have Ivanovic against Mane than I'd have Aina. I mean, I know he's quicker, but he's just not experienced enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, okay. So our squads, we're going to settle it with what it has and just put David Luiz in instead of John Terry. We agreed there?
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Whether that's what I want or not, like you, I play, Alonso on the left, Aspi on the right, put Ivanovic in, even though it wasn't even that bad, except that his mistake foul thingy against Swansea. Play Fabregas instead of Matic or Oscar, but it's not going to happen. So, I'm pretty sure we'll just stay the same with the exception of David Luiz coming in.
Yeah. Final thing then, biggest thing here as well, score prediction.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a tricky one. I think definitely both teams are going to score. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Because we're not going to keep a clean sheet. We can't. If we concede 2 against Swansea, whether they've been fouls and silly penalties or not, we're probably not going to keep Liverpool out.
Yeah.
But I just think we might edge them 2-1, maybe 3-2. But I think Conte will try to be very solid at the back. So I doubt we're going to score 3. So I just think we're going to edge them 2-1. Like I was a bit sort of concerned during the day, but then after I watched Conte's press conference, there's just some sort of buzz about Conte that I like. Yes, we messed it up against Swansea, but we still got the draw. Last year we would never have got that draw after being 2-1 down, never. And I just think Conte, yes, they have Klopp, but they lost to flipping Burnley. If they lose to Burnley,
but Laurenz, I think I know what you're saying about them losing to Burnley, but that was just a blip. They're still a very, very strong side. We could went out. Well, last season I guess we could say it was a big blip. There was a lot of contributing factors. There's a lot of contributing factors in that game. I think that was just a blip for Liverpool, and it's just something which we're going to go into. We're going to go with an open mind. Obviously, we can still beat them. I'm going 1-1 personally, but it's a case that was just a blip. I think Liverpool are too strong a team. You can't just say they got beaten by Burnley, because Burnley could go and beat somebody else. It's the Premier League, mate. Anyone could beat anyone. We lost to Bournemouth last season, for example. No one saw that coming. Even with how bad we were, people still expected us to beat Bournemouth, and we didn't.
No, true. Like, all I'm saying is that if you're solid at the back, as good as they are attacking wise, they will struggle to break us down. I'm not sure if you watched the game against Leicester. Yes, they did score 4 goals, but Leicester could have easily scored 4 as well. Vardy missed 2 sitters, and I think Mahrez or somebody else missed a big chance as well. So it's not like Leicester didn't have chances. Yes, they lost the game 4-1, but still, Leicester could have drawn the game. And if Leicester were better at the back and Leicester really tried to go on the front foot, like at half time when they were like 2-1 down or 3-1 down, they really tried to attack them to get the result. So that is why Liverpool managed to score more goals, because they were just really open at the back. And I think if we managed to keep them out for the first half an hour, we'll beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm being overly positive. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, anyway, guys, that is your Liverpool preview. Obviously, I will be at the game tomorrow doing fan cams. Sammy will be there as well. So make sure you do come over and say hello if you are there. Same place as usual. We will be by the Britannia Gate doing our fan cams. But anyway, I predicted 1-1. Laurenz predicted 2-1. We will see you guys very, very soon. Laurenz, are you going to be doing a review of the game tomorrow, do you reckon, mate?
Of course I will.
Of course he will. So, obviously, guys, make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down in the description for Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you very much to Laurenz for coming on. Up the Chelsea. Looking forward to tomorrow, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.
Up the Chelsea.
See ya.